Now the self. This is the part where it comes from my journey, from a very dark childhood. Many people here talk about how the abuse came from residential schools, came from the church, came from outside of the family, but they felt love from their family. And I honor them for that. But for me, hell came from my family. Hell came from school, hell came from church, till I was 17. At that point, I became big enough, old enough, strong enough to start walking away. And it was all about myself. I will respect myself, and I don't care about the world. And I walked around like a very angry, mean streak. I would speak my mind without thinking of consequences, because I had been silenced. And if you don't know yourself, you can't take that journey. Because that journey begins with, no matter what your beginning point is, it begins with, I know me. I know what I like, I know what I want, I know what I need, I know what I don't like, I know what I don't need. I know me. And from there, we begin the journey of self in the world. For me, self means a social and emotional life force. That's why when Star Wars came out, may the force be with you, I was like, yes! Man, was it ever. Couldn't believe they had a movie about me. It looked so cool. But social, you interact with people, you interact with animals, you interact with, even if they're just witnesses, you're on the bus, people are watching you. So that's a social life. And you choose to make a mask of that. You share only that which you want to share while you are in public. That is your social self. Somebody says, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. There's your social self. It's for survival, it's for protection. But maybe they really don't want to know. They're just trying to be friendly. See, I'm fine, thank you. And you? I'm fine too, okay. And emotional. Somebody asks you, so where do you come from? And you start crying. And you're thinking, God, where do I start? How do I answer this question? Because for me, it's not an easy question. When little kids would ask me, do you love your parents? I would say, yes, of course I do. Because that's what they need to hear. But if somebody your age were to ask me if I love my parents, I'd be, well, do you want the truth? Are you ready to handle the truth? And then, no, not really. My parents were not nice people. Respect for me is something you earn. It's not something that's just gradually given because of your parents. My parents did not earn my respect or my trust, so I know. And so it's very emotional, and I'm impressed I haven't cried yet. Life force. When you are born into a good family and you are respected until you leave home as a young adult, you have this integrity, this physical, social, psychological integrity with which I am not familiar. So that life force for me became real from 17 to 25. I deserve this space, so get out of my space. And I'm not a tiny woman, but man, can I make myself big. You know, move! And they don't. And as a teacher, I use that strength in a healthy way. And that's part of the circle here. Notice how the shape of the shell now has indentations. We all have imperfections. We all have hesitations. We all have points where we stop and take a moment again. Think again. Step back, feel, reload, step forward. Hang on a second. Try again. Well, these little indentations for me represent those hesitations, those pauses that we need to take in order to step forward with a healthy approach. The aspects of self starts with self-awareness and goes around the circles with self-respect, self-control, reliance, confidence, management, and discipline. And each one we'll explain as we go.